Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your June 2021 reading. I don't know why, but I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a goofy reading, so let's see what comes up. That could be a good thing. I feel like a little bit more of a playful energy for you in the month of June. But Aquarius, we're going to just jump right in here and see what comes up for you. So make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what is going on for you at this time. But Aquarius, definitely going through a major transformation. I mean, literally, your first row, you cannot make this stuff up. The moon, 10 of swords, 5 of wands, to me, that's like a world type transformation. The reason that I would say that's a world like transformation is because the world card represents like going through a birthing process. And to me, it's a very good card. Damn. This is one of those readings. I love this for you, Aquarius. Really good. What I would say is that, the world to me can represent being in the squeeze, being stuck in the squeeze, kind of. It's like you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's like you're not quite in this transformation yet. You haven't quite, transformed towards something new in your life, but it's kind of like you're in the squeeze in your current position, but you're heading towards the sun, the best card in the deck. You start off with this transformation card, so clearly going through this major transformation. I get like a lot of doubt on the moon card here. We're going to cover these cards in just a second, but again, you have the moon card. And I do get a lot of doubt. The amazing thing about this reading is you literally go from the moon to the sun in this first diagonal right here, which I love that. I'm obsessed with like rows and diagonals and things like that in these readings. I mean, if you don't know, for the most part, when I do these readings, I'm just putting together all the rows and all the diagonals in the reading because I don't know, intuitively, that's how I read. But this looks really good for you, and you're going from this period of fear towards the sun, towards celebration and freedom. It doesn't get much more simple than that. So I would just say that this reading represents a very positive transformation for you here, Aquarius. You have the moon, the 10 of swords, and the 5 of wands in this first row. Like I said, transformations aren't necessarily made or meant to be comfortable in the first place. I always tell people it's like, to me, it's like, I just said it to another sign. I don't remember who I said it to, but I just said it to another sign where I said, if you're like, watching a movie, and nobody wants to watch a movie where, the hero just automatically gets his reward, right? A boring ass movie. If like, it's like there was a person and they became successful. Nobody wants to hear that. Everybody wants to hear there was a person who had to like, fight their face off to be able to get their reward. That's what people want to hear. And so it's like that this is part of your story. And I feel like you are going through a transformation where there clearly are some fears here with the moon card. In a lot of ways, I feel like saying, like, the words that are kind of popping into my head for you, Aquarius, are "you always knew," but that's not the right words. What I feel like this is trying to say is that you have always been kind of true to your path. I always say on the moon card, there's a path straight down the middle of the card, and the card encourages you to keep pushing forward. It encourages you to not stop. It encourages you to not go backwards, right? And you have the 10 of swords as well. For a lot of you, I feel like you're releasing conflict here in this first row. I'm kind of getting a couple of different stories here, Aquarius. For some of you, I feel you're releasing a relationship here with a person, and it's almost like once you release it, it's like the conflict is leaving your life. The releasing of whatever this thing is what is going to lead towards the sun. It's almost like something has been a black cloud. I feel like I've said this to you in recent readings, where it's almost like you're kind of removing yourself from a black cloud type situation or person. Again, for others, this is just a situation. I feel it's almost like you're finally kind of like breaking through, and I really like that. 7 of Swords want to pop out there. I don't take pop outs, but let's see where this is going here, Aquarius. 3 of Pentacles, yeah, like you're really focused on something that you see as as quality. 3 of Pentacles to me can be a card of like cooperation, working together, community. It can be a card of teamwork, hard work, but it's a card of quality work. Not only that, to me, it can be a card of kind of focusing on creating more quality or focusing on something that you see as quality. There could be a certain type of relationship that you see as a quality type relationship, and it's like you're very focused on getting that, whatever that means for you. Or maybe you see a job or a certain amount of money as being quality. Or maybe there's just literally, you could just be looking at purchasing something that you see as quality. And it's like you're very focused on that. Six of Swords, rite of passage. You can't make this stuff up. Like I said, Aquarius, Six of Swords is a rite of passage. I mean, it is like part of the hero's journey. So I feel for a lot of you, you're kind of like on your own hero's journey in your life, where it's like, yeah, you have been going through some things, but ultimately, I feel like you are going to be very successful with that card, with those cards, I should say. And next, you have the World. What do you know? You can't make this up, Aquarius. Like I said, I feel that you are going through this like world-like birthing process transformation. I love this. Again, is it comfortable? No. I mean, but this is your past position. So this is something you've been dealing with, this pressure that you've been feeling, this pressure that's been building up is something that you've been feeling for a very long period of time. And now you're about to be popped out the other side, like a little brand new baby, right, with the World card. So this is definitely an extremely positive transformation that you're going to be going through in the month of June. And like I said, I feel like the month of June is like the month that you're going to be popping out the other side. I love this reading for you for sure, Aquarius. I mean, the World is your card. You show up in the top corner here, so you're showing up in a position of power and strength. Really good. Love it. I do feel like some of you could be traveling as well. Six of Swords, World. Some of you could be traveling or moving. In your next row here, you have the Time for a Nap card. Again, if you're going through like a heavy transformation or something along those lines, obviously make time to heal, rest, relax, recover. Make sure that you're doing those things. You have the Four of Swords here. Your reading is really nice because it just kind of like, all the cards are kind of like working together. It's more of, there's a lot of, I would say that, there's a lot of cooperation going on here with the cards, which I like to see because maybe it's not, that's not something like intuitive that I'm noticing necessarily. It's just something I'm noticing with the cards is that they're working together. And so that's a good thing. To me, when that happens, there could just be like a general really nice flow to your month where things kind of just flow from one thing to another. So that's really nice with this energy. You have the King of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords here. I feel like you need to watch your emotions with the King of Cups. We control our reality with the King of Cups with our emotions, and your emotions are definitely going to be controlling your reality at this time. The Page of Pentacles is like something new, and the Four of Swords here, I get this like extreme sense of excitement going on here. It's kind of weird because over here, Aquarius, it's like I'm seeing I don't know if it's like a wall or a bar like above my head. And I feel like I keep bumping into this wall, right? Where it's like you get really close to something and then you bump and then you come down, right? It's like you get really close to something, you bump, and then you come down. So I feel for some of you, it could be an accomplishment, it could be a relationship, it could be a business, whatever it is for you, it doesn't matter. I feel like there's a situation in your life where you keep bumping like the top. This to me, for some reason, I'm looking at this as a major breakthrough that is coming in for you, where it's like you're about to break through this, this kind of like thing that you've been bumping into. You're about to have, a breakthrough with an obstacle that you've been experiencing for a very long period of time. I feel like this breakthrough comes in through either news. So some of you could just be getting, like the words that are popping into my head are like approval, like words like that, right? So it's like you could be getting approved for a job or something like that, or getting approved for a loan. So that could be like the breakthrough that you're having. For others, I feel like it's information that you have learned, because the Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness. It is a card of learning. And I feel that learning as much as you possibly can at this time would be a really good idea. I feel like it would be a really good time to be like extremely centered as well with that King of Cups is the word I'm getting. I just feel like there's a lot of like seesawing going on. Like I said, I keep getting this thing bumping your head against this obstacle, but I also feel like globally, collectively, there's a lot of this seesaw energy going on where it's like things are going up and down, literally. Could be investments as well, right? I feel like as long as you maintain like a level head, you will be fine. So that's what I would do here. But let's see where this is going here, Aquarius. Four Wands, are you kidding me? I love it. Major freedom coming in for you. I love the Four Wands. To me, it is a card of marriage, but to me, it's a card of freedom because it's a card of like reaching some sort of finish line. And it is also a card of completion because it's like you're reaching a finish line. You are completing something here. You have the Two of Wands. Yeah, this is definitely a breakthrough. You are leaving something behind from the past. You see that back wand stands on its own, and he's reaching forward to that other wand, and he has the whole world in his hands. Like I said, the cards are working together very nicely. And the Knight of Wands, this is going to lead to more freedom. I feel this sense of like excitement, exuberation. I'm getting like crazy words. I feel like you're very driven this month, or you will have very strong desires to do things. This could lead to frustrations, I feel, because it's like, there are going to be certain restrictions, what the Chariot says. I love the Chariot, don't get me wrong, very good card, but the Chariot does say, Chariot is really like where there's a will, there's a way. And so what that means is that there are the two Sphinxes here, which we're going to talk about in a minute, they can represent obstacles or things you have to overcome. But, I feel like there is going to be a lot of success for you at this time. For some of you, I do feel like there's love coming in. For some of you, there is love here. It could be a Pisces, Scorpio, I'm getting for some reason, or a Leo. Could be a water sign in general that's coming in for you. So if you're looking for love, I feel like there's love coming in for you. This could be someone you marry, probably like in the future. So if you're looking for love, definitely love. You have the Lovers card here as well. So I do feel like there could be love coming in for you. I do get the sense that some of you could be at a crossroads in love, or you do have or will have a choice to make in love at this time with the Lovers. I feel like for some of you, if you're making a choice in love, it's like between an old person and a new person. So really, I would just say that this reading is telling me that you're going to pick the new person, mostly because of the Sun. I literally feel that if you're trying to make a decision in love, it's going to boil down to freedom with the Sun card, and also probably your feelings as well. I do feel like sometimes we stay in relationships for, I don't know, whatever reason, and even if we're not feeling it, right? But it's almost like the Sun is saying to me that you're more tapped in. I feel like if you're in a situation that doesn't feel right as far as love is concerned, you're just going to leave with this energy. The reason I also say this is this King of Swords. I feel like this King of Swords is you right here, Aquarius. I feel like you're being like very blunt, straightforward, direct at this time, and it's like you're really cutting out the crap. So there's nothing wrong with that, right? Definitely a good energy for you. But you have the King of Swords here, the Chariot, and the Sun. I feel like you are heading straight towards a major victory for you in your life, and I like this. Very good for you. You have the Chariot and the Sun, like I said. A victory, the Sun, major celebration, freedom as well. You have several cards that would represent kind of being set free, or experiencing more freedom in your life. So I do feel that you could just be feeling more free at this time. For some of you, it's almost like I really just feel, I try to keep these readings a certain length, and I try not to make them too short, but, and I try to get as much detail as I possibly can, but sometimes, again, I'm not afraid to admit when I'm only getting one thing, right, in a reading. I think too many intuitives, try to make stuff up to just try to get a reading to be longer or whatever. I'm not calling anyone out, but I'm just saying, I'm not afraid to admit when I really feel this reading is just talking about a breakthrough that you're having. There's no reason to, drag something out that doesn't need to be dragged out, right? But let's see here. It's like I was one of those kids in high school where they would be like, you have to write an essay, and the teacher would be like, I would be like, how long? And they would say, as long as it needs to be. I'm like, okay, a sentence, perfect, great. Let's see what is going on here for you, Aquarius, in this last row. Enough chitter chatter, right? You have the Five of Pentacles here. For some of you, I do get this kind of cold energy here, but I'm not so sure that this is a bad thing, Aquarius. Again, I read intuitively. I do feel like some of you could be going through these challenges that we talked about in this first row, but I feel like that Five of Pentacles could be your coldness. I feel like in a lot of ways that is saying, make sure you're not cutting important people out of your life. Make sure you're not being too direct, do things in balance, right, is what that is saying. That's the message I'm getting there. Again, I read intuitively, so I don't just regurgitate card meanings. I say whatever pops into my head, and that's what I'm getting there. You have the Five of Wands here as well, 2 5s, and the Four of Cups. Yeah, this is like the one thing that's going to mess this whole entire reading up, right? But the 2 5s to me is kind of like competition. And again, being conflicted as well. I kind of said this earlier, where it's almost like the Chariot could be talking about certain restrictions that you're having to deal with, but the Chariot definitely does not say stop. The Chariot rider himself, he is the magician. He is holding the wand that the magician is holding on the magician card, obviously, and he is kind of trusting. You could argue that he is trusting that these two sphinxes are the universe, and you could argue that those two sphinxes are guiding him in a new direction. they are guiding him towards everything he wants, because it is a card of a victory. It's also a card of as above, so below. And kind of like I said, I do feel it's going to be very important for you this month to King of Cups, to kind of stay centered, stay balanced. This month is really what I'm getting. That's not what the King of Cups represents again, but that's what I'm getting there. I feel like it's going to be very important for you to do that with that energy. I just want to see more. Can we get more details on this breakthrough that Aquarius is having? Strength card, something you've been waiting for a very long period of time. Five of Pentacles, no. And the Three of Cups, celebration. Definitely could be involving people for some of you, I'm getting here. So it could be a situation where you have felt left out in the cold. Like if you felt like you don't belong, the breakthrough you're having could be that you're finding a group of people to belong to. If you have felt left out in the cold in love, you could be finding love. So, that could be the breakthrough that we're having here. Ten of Swords, major transformation that you're going through here. Five of Cups. Look, how crazy is that? Two fives. I do feel like some of you, again, have had some disappointments. Like I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Major transformation. This whole entire reading is like a major transformation that you've been going through. I almost feel like you need to ignore the negative feelings if you're having them, because, I shouldn't say you should ignore your feelings, but that's not really what I'm saying, Aquarius. What I'm saying is that it's kind of like your reality is going to be controlled by your emotions. King of Cups, Chariot. As above, so below. So I would definitely keep it positive. And look, there's a celebration in the transformation that you're going through. I don't know. I do feel like it's been very hard for you to let go of something that you want to let go of. In a lot of ways, I do understand that. I do feel like there can be certain things that we know we need to let go of it, but we don't, So that's what I get for you here, Aquarius. Pretty straightforward. I would just say this is a breakthrough that you're having in your life. And where's that breakthrough? Honestly, I don't have all the answers, as I always say. I'm not afraid to admit it either. So, that's what I'd say there. You're going to have to discover it on your own, but this looks really good. So thank you for being here, Aquarius. Really appreciate it. This looks good. I like it. I think this is going in the right direction, even if you're feeling the squeeze. So keep that in mind. But thank you. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Again, those signs might have more details about the breakthrough or whatever that you're going through. So thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.